What are your thoughts on NBA's playing games this week? Do you like them? You don't like them? Want to go back the old way? I kind of like them. Let's see what plays we got for Wednesday. Let's go. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake here, back with another video. This one is, again, NBA prize picks, but it's for Wednesday. I'm kind of break these videos out as they drop plays into the room. I want to get on some of these plays early before the lines move, because we saw it big time for today's plays on Tuesday with some of the lines that move. So as they drop plays, I'm going to do a video for that particular day. That way it doesn't kind of get screwed up. And that way, if you watch the video whenever you do, it's for that day that I label it in the video. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. And I got plays for tomorrow, 4 plays that I like. Hopefully we jump on these lines early and we can get some winners here. So with that, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell. If you like these videos and they provide any value for you, I really appreciate it. Let's just keep chugging along. Let's go. All right, as you can tell, we have the NBA Prize Picks desktop version up here. And as you can see, there's a bunch of plays here. I did 2 videos already for Tuesdays. We're going to focus on Wednesday's games for the play in here. We got Charlotte and Atlanta, and we got the Pelicans at the Spurs here. So those are the 2 games we're going to focus on in this video. We're going to talk about 4 plays that I do like. The first one, we're going to go to assists. And we're going to come down here. We're going to go to CJ McCollum. We're going to go over 5 assists with him here. The big news for me is it sounds like the last time I checked news here is that Ingram is going to play. He said he'll play tomorrow. He practiced today. So that's good news when it comes to the assists, because he can make some buckets, and they've been struggling offensively without him out there. So with CJ McCollum, he's going to play a ton of minutes. He'll play over 40 minutes here in this game. And, you know, if we look and kind of see what he's done with Ingram on the court, last time he played with him was back on April 5th, and he put up 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. And so I do think it's going to help his assists here in some of the games that he's played with him. He's went, you know, right around 4 to 5 assists here. So the juice is massive on the over at 4.5 assists. If you can get that on any of the books that are out there, I would hit that. But the juice is pretty heavy. It's minus 150 at over 4.5 assists for McCollum out there. But the ball handling is going to be the majority in CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram's hand in this game. But I do like the over assist here. The Spurs ranked 10th in assists allowed. And they're just going to be out the ball. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. He's going to play a ton here. He's played the Spurs 3 times this year, 4, 4, 5, and 2 assists. So went at it just once here. But this is a different ball game, right? You know, with this play-in game, he's going to play a ton of minutes. The opportunities are going to be there. The Pelicans are favored by 5 with a 227 over/under. So I do like this over 5 assists for CJ McCollum. For me, it was either that or the over points for him. Were the 2 that I was kind of looking at for CJ McCollum. But I'm going to go assist here with this one. The next one we're going to look at, we're going to go to points, and we're going to go down to, we're going to come down to Jonas Valanciunas, a little Joval action. We're actually going to take the under on Joval here. With Ingram coming back, I do think it hurts his scoring a little bit here. Yeah, he gets a lot of his work in the post, but I think that the shot volume is going to be way down here. Going up against Jakob Poeltl, which has been pretty good defensively. They're ranked 15th against center. The Spurs are, that is. And he's went under this number in all 4 games he's played the Spurs. 17, 17, 16, and 18 points. I do feel like it's about 1 to 1.5 too high. I feel like the line should be a 17 or 17.5. So I do think there's a little bit of volume, or a little bit of you know, meat left on the bone, if you want to say, for this pick. And he can get in foul trouble at times, right? He's very handsy. He tends to get a ton of fouls. And if that's continued to be the case, it would hurt his over. But I don't think he's not going to be the main look of the offense here, right? With Ingram coming back, it's going to be CJ McCollum. It's going to be Brandon Ingram. And Joval is just going to be down there kind of getting what he can get, I think, in putbacks. Maybe he'll get some open threes at the top of the key, and maybe a few shots at the, pick and roll every now and then. But I think CJ McCollum and Ingram are going to own so much usage that I want to take the under on Joval in this game. Just with, what he's done against the Spurs. The juice is around -120 on the under on this as well. That's out there. So if you want to take that into account, it is hitting the over. The next one we're going to go to is we're going to look at fantasy score here. One that I do like to look at that I don't talk too much about, but one kind of stood out for me, and that's LaMelo Ball. We're going to go over 43 fantasy points here. Again, a game that, he's going to play a ton of minutes. All these guys are in these play-in games, and the blocks and steals add up, right? And he's in the 3 games he's played Atlanta, he's put up 2, 1, and 3 blocks and steals. So those add up. If he can get 3, that's 9 points right there, right? His points, rebounds, and assists over those games in Atlanta has been 41, 29, and 36. Again, I think we're going to see high 30s minutes out of him. Atlanta is ranked 21 in points, 13 in rebound, and 23rd in assists allowed. This is kind of where I'm looking at. His line at 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists is juiced on the over at -125. I prefer the fantasy points, though, if you can take it over your price picks. But if you want to take a line out on a regular book, I'm okay with that over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. As like you said, it's juiced at about -125. But I like this over 43 fantasy score. He gets his hands on a ton of balls, and if he can get a few there, a few steals, it adds up in a hurry. Atlanta's favored by 5 with 236.5 over under. So massive total here. Should be fast paced up and down with this game, as Charlotte loves to run. Atlanta's about middle in the pack. They're ranked 19th in pace. But on the other side with Charlotte, they love to push the pace. And I think that we can take advantage of that with the over 43 fantasy points for LaMelo Ball. And then the last one we're going to look about is just basically 2 plays here. And he is going to play. He talked about he is going to play. We're going to go to rebounds first. And we're going to come down to, and we're going to go back over to the Pelicans and Spurs game. And I'm going to take DeJounte Murray over 7.5 rebounds. I know this is kind of a funky one. I've played it quite a bit this year, and it's been pretty profitable for me. The juice is around -130 on this over 7.5 rebounds. The Pelicans are a good rebounding team. They're ranked 3rd in rebounds allowed. But they're ranked 26th in point guard defense. He's played the he's played the Pelicans 4 times this year, and he's put up 12, 7, 9, and 11 rebounds in those 4 games. We should see a ton of minutes out of him. He's all over the court. I love the rebounds the most. You can look at the points as well. I like the points. That was another one I wanted to mention. I'm going to go rebounds on this official play, but I like the points. If we just come up here and type in Murray, and kind of see all of his stats. So over 23.5 points, I love that as well. He's going to have to push the ball a ton. If you want to take a shot at the assists, I'm okay with that. But I do prefer the rebounds. I just feel like a tick low. I feel like the line should be closer to 8.5 on that. If you want to take a shot on the fantasy score or points, rebounds, and assists, I'd be okay with that. The juice is on the over, though, on the 23.5 points, around -120. So that would be my second one I would look at. But he's going to have a big game if they're going to have a chance against the Pelicans here. If his shot is falling, I can see him to continue to shoot and maybe not dish as much. But he is definitely going to be in there banging, trying to get rebounds. So I like the points and I like the rebounds. If you want to take a chance at one of those are the 2 that I'm really looking at here. And I'd really be focusing on if you're looking at a DeJounte Murray one. And then there's one other play that I was kind of looking at, but I couldn't pull the trigger on it. And I just feel like he's going to play a ton. And it's in the same game environment. It was just Keldon Johnson over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I looked at this one a little bit. Yeah, he's went over it in 5 of his last 5 games. I think he's going to have to play a ton of minutes. They're going to need him up against Ingram. And it's one I don't know if I can pull the trigger on. The juice is on the over around -125. He's only went over once out of the last 4 games of playing the Pelicans this year. Put up 30, 20, 19, and 22 in points, rebounds, and assists. But those other 3 games, he was only playing around 29, 27, and 30 minutes, where that last game he played 36 minutes against the Pelicans back on March 26th. So one that I'm going to kind of stay away from, but one I wanted to mention that I was kind of eyeballing if you wanted to give this a little bit of a look. But I think he's going to have to play a ton up here, but you are relying on Pop and what he's going to do. But with the Spurs trailing by 5.5, he's going to have to do a little bit of everything. So I don't mind taking a shot on him if you're looking for a fringe player or wanted to dig a little bit more into that. Would be Keldon Johnson's points, rebounds, and assists. So here are the 4 official plays that I do have here. If I had to rank them, I would take LaMelo Ball over 43 fantasy score first. Then I'd take DeJounte Murray over 7.5 rebounds. Jonas Valanciunas, little Joval under 18.5 points. And then I'd take CJ McCollum over 5 assists. So they're the 4 plays that I have. This is for Wednesday. I'll probably do another video for Wednesday as well as I dig more into the plays. I love the playoffs. Hopefully we can continue to be profitable here and enjoy some basketball today, and we'll just keep pumping these out. So with that, hit that like button on your way out, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.